I'm going to share with you my top 5 chest training mistakes that you're making in the gym, and we're starting right now. Yo, what's going on? It's Thomas from RohmerFitness, and real quick, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and consider subscribing because I post a new video each and every day. Now, of course, as a guy, we all want a bigger, fuller, thicker looking chest. However, a lot of people are making mistakes in the gym that are costing them gains on their chest. So what are those mistakes? Well, my first one is that most guys do not focus on their upper chest enough. So when you think of training your chest, what do you typically think of? Probably like a flat barbell bench press, maybe flat dumbbell flies or something like that. And those exercises are great on their own. However, they tend to focus more on the mid and lower chest. So if you overdevelop those regions of your chest but underdevelop your upper chest, it's going to create a very uneven look, and it's going to look like you have man boobs. And that's definitely a look you're going to want to avoid. So what you want to do is prioritize training your upper chest. So you want to do exercises like incline dumbbell bench press, incline barbell bench press, incline flies, things like that. Things that will target the upper chest and help give you an even thickness throughout your entire chest muscle. Now, my second chest training mistakes that guys make is that they don't incorporate enough back exercises. They don't incorporate enough pulling exercises. So what do I mean by that? Well, typically we kind of think of the back, it's out of sight, out of mind, but what happens when we do too many pressing movements is we sort of develop this rounding of the shoulder look. And it's very bad for our posture, and it's gonna, make it more likely that we could get injured with our shoulders or anything like that. So what we want to do is make sure we are balancing out pulling exercises with our pressing movements. So for example, for every horizontal press you're doing, so like for every bench press you're doing, you wanna match that with a horizontal pulling exercise, so something like a bent over row or an inverted row. And for every vertical pressing movement that you're doing, like a shoulder press or something like that, you want to match that with a vertical pull movement, like a lat pull down or a pull up. So just make sure you are balancing out pulling exercises with your pressing exercises to help keep you healthy and keep a good posture. Now, my third chest training mistake that guys make is they activate too much of their front delt when they're doing their pressing movements. So bench press, for example. So what I'm going to show you here is how some guys will do their dumbbell bench press. They will flare out their elbows to about 90 degrees, and they'll be pressing the weight basically up around their collarbone region. And this is just a very unsafe position for the shoulders to be in, but also it's going to make the shoulders work a lot more heavily than the chest. And the whole point of the dumbbell press is primarily to work on the chest muscle. Sure, the shoulders are going to be working, but they should be working more as secondary muscle groups, not the primary muscle group. So what you want to do instead is you want to retract your scapula. You want to roll your shoulder blades back, and then you want to sort of tuck your elbows in a little bit. So don't flare your elbows out at 90 degrees. Instead, tuck them in at 45 degrees. Keep the weight at about your chest region. You don't want it up too high, but just at a nice, comfortable level. And then simply press the weight up from there. And you should feel your chest working a lot better doing the exercise in that way. Now, my fourth tip here for you today is another bench press tip, and it's bouncing the bar off your chest, right? So typically you think of a full range of motion with a barbell bench press. You touch your chest and you lift the weight back up. That's fine, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to bounce the bar off your chest. This is going to allow you to use too much momentum on the exercise, and it's actually going to take tension off of your chest briefly. So if you want to build muscle in your chest, you need time under tension. So the best thing you can actually do when you're bench pressing is just to stop short of your chest. So don't let the bar touch your chest, just stop about an inch short. So this way you're not using any momentum and you're not bouncing the bar off your chest to try and push the weight back up. So make sure you're just actually stopping about an inch short and then pressing the weight up, and you'll be good to go. Now my fifth and final tip deals with, a cable crossover exercise. So a lot of guys, when they're doing this exercise, they're using a weight that's a little bit too heavy, and it's sort of like they're doing a front raise, for example, they're activating a little bit too much of their shoulders. They're bending their elbows too much, and they are swinging the weight up, activating more of their shoulders, getting more of a shoulder workout in rather than training their chest, which is what they want. So what you should instead do is lower the weight slightly and, have your arms out more. So you're not going to have your arms fully straight. There is going to be a slight bend in the elbow, but, from there you're simply going to, bring your arms together and work your chest. So this really isn't a shoulder exercise. You need to light it, use a lighter weight, extend your arms out a little bit more and fully contract that chest to actually work it. So that is going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with my latest tips and videos. And other than that, I will be talking to you next time. Peace.